What's going on, guys? One love out to everybody. We got UFC Fight Night, Dolidze versus Hernandez, guys. Prediction breakdown here. Real quick here, guys. 12 fights in the card at the Apex, back at the Apex. Pretty good looking card here. Like I said, never judge a fight card by the cover. Never know until you watch it, right? Just like a book, can't judge a book by the cover, right? You know, never know until you open it up and read it, and it could be a good book, right? So, like I said, all over the end of the day, these guys go in there and put the work in. Hats off to the guys. You know, take a lot of damage, putting their health on the line, you know. All over the end of the day, man. May love guide you, never hate, right? Before I get started though, guys, hit the thumbs up button. Also subscribe to this channel. Also check out my Patreon account for my face-off prediction and prop plays. And you can also donate to my PayPal account. And also check out Wayne Gitchy. All the links are down below. If for more health and wellness, you're trying to change up your lifestyle, you know, eat a little differently, lose some weight. Just some exercises that you can do to build up conditioning, cardio, and just to prolong your life, right? If you're dealing with imbalances in the body and you're trying to heal yourself naturally, check out Wayne Gitchy, man. All right, guys, let's fly through this real quick here. I'm not going to spend too long on this one, though, guys. You can tell by how fast I'm speaking, right? We're going to go through this real quick here, guys. You know, I have a lot of things going on, so let's fly through this quickly but accurately, right? First fight here, we got Cody Brundage versus Eric Makoni. Cody Brundage, man. UFC love Cody, man. Like I say, you got to see what the organization want also when it comes to a lot of these matchups. You know, sometimes they favor one fighter over the other, and they could set the fight up in a way where it can basically give the opponent a win, right? So Cody here, more wrestling base. Would push a high pace and you're heavy-handed. But he could break under pressure though, like I said, depending on the opponent who they match him up with. Like I said, he would drop the ball, but he will fight though. Like I said, depending on the opponent, he will bite down and let his hands go, man. He will get into brawls with you. Known for getting non-contests and disqualification wins though. I mean, if you can see, non-contest draw in his last fight, that pretty much was a draw, I believe. I want to say in the end of the second round, he got a headbutt. I believe when Malik came in, they clashed heads together or something like that. But it became a draw, man. So yeah, so that fight there pretty much end up in a draw. So I don't know what's gonna happen with that one, but it's overturned. So pretty much Cody will let his hands go depending on who is matched up with, right? Eric, on the other hand, I feel Eric is gonna have 5-inch reach, but he's very tentative in a sense of like, yeah, from his last fight, he won't let it go. You know, he won't let the hands go. He could be skilled from what I see, but he doesn't let it go, and that's like more of a mental. Also, experience-wise, lacking experience. I feel Cody's just a more experienced guy here. From what I saw with him when he fought Rosabov, he just never let it go, you know, and he can't do that with Cody because Cody is going to be mentally on. Cody going to have the experience. You know, Cody is not going to hold back. And we see that in all the Cody fights. He's going to let his hands go. If Eric come in here and doesn't want to let his hands go, or even if Eric let his hands go, he could potentially get knocked out in the fight. So I have Cody winning here, guys. I'm going to say Cody by KO TK in the first round. But again, I'm not confident in this one because, like I said, Cody, you know, he's a guy that can drop the ball. But I feel this is a win that they're setting for Cody to win. So, like I said, it all depends on what the organization wants. You got to look at that too. And some fighters, some martial artists, guys in the sport, they will give them a little more push, you know, kind of guide them along a little bit. That's just how it is. It's just politics. And, you know, that goes for everything you do in the system or any sport, football, whatever it is. There's politics involved in a lot of these sports, and they favor other guys. Maybe because they're marketable, maybe they kind of like how to fight. Like Cody will go in there and just let his hands go and just brawl, you know, and take a lot of hits and come back and try to finish you. So he's still a guy that's capable of pulling off wins, as you can see. He's a guy that will knock your head off. So I'm going to go with Cody. I'm going to say Cody by KO TKO first round, but I'm not confident 50-50. Next fight, we got Gabriella Fernandes versus Julius Walker. Gabriella is pretty well rounded, man. Very athletic. Has been improving. Can take this fight anywhere. You know, her ground game is not bad, and her striking is kind of decent. Julia here, though. Julia is kind of one-dimensional. You know, all her wins are by submission. I believe she got 8 by submission, and that's it. She's more of armbar. You know, she jump and take your arm, or if in her guard, she would take your arm. You know, she would also go for takedowns also. But she's still dangerous because she's good at that. But it's so one-dimensional, dude. If you watch footage on her and keep watching footage and study her, which is not hard, because she's only going to do one thing, you can figure her out. You know what I mean? But that don't mean you can't still get caught, because it happens in this sport. We see this all the time. You know, this person is one-dimensional. You know, like how Ronda Rousey was, and she keep flipping you and armbarring you. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that she's going to do that to Gabriella, but again, anything is possible. We see in this sport, guys, all the time. Anything is possible. I have to go with Gabriella for this one. I'm going to say Gabriella by KO TKO, guys, in the 3rd round. But again, women fight, like I always say. You know, it can go either way, guys. Just like the guys do, but with the woman fight, it tends to be like more of a toss-up. You know, if it's not like Amanda Nunes or Chichenko. You know what I mean? So I'm going to go with Gabriella. I'm going to say Gabriella by KO TKO 3rd round, guys. I'm not confident. Next fight, we got Julius Medic versus Gilbert Urbina. Medic here, man. More of a striking base on this guy, but I don't know. When I watch his fights back, he can get flash knockdown. You can catch him and hurt him, but then he'll recover and come back. And his last fight, he didn't recover against Soriano. You know, Soriano caught him and just pretty much just finished him. And that's pretty much the punch that usually catch him, like the overhand. And he gets caught and knocked down. Sometimes he recover and sometimes he doesn't. You know, in his ground game, it has been improving, but he can still get taken down. You know, he moves well. We pick you apart. You know, but I don't know, man. He's just, I feel like he's not durable, even at what he's good at, his striking. And you can catch him and hurt him, and you can submit him. You know what I mean? A guy like Gilbert coming off of the tough. Gilbert's going to have the 4-inch reach, and Gilbert, I feel, will mix it up. You know, Gilbert has a wrestling, you know, striking may not be as technical as Medic, but Medic can get knocked down and hurt. If you catch him, you can hurt him, man. You know, sometimes you drop his hands, but nothing wrong about dropping your hand, but if you're not able to get your head off center line or move your feet quick enough, and you're dropping your hand in front of your opponent, then you can get caught. But I just feel like Gilbert is more well-rounded, dude. I mean, I just feel he's more well-rounded. You know what I mean? And a fight like this against Medic and Gilbert is like, you look at Medic, you know, Medic, he hasn't really fought anybody. I mean, he fought Soriano, he got finished in the 1st round. Tim Means is kind of, you know, is kind of out the door. He fought Urbay, and Urbay finished him by submission. Matt Smingelsberger, he almost got finished in that fight too, because Matt knocked him down in the fight. Omar Morales, Jalen Turner submitted him. You know, and you know, it's just one of those things where I just feel Gilbert is just, you know, hasn't been looking too good either. You know, lost to Charles Reddick. You know, went toe-to-toe with Brian Battle, was looking good in the 1st round. Trishan Gore beat him in the tough. But I just feel like there's more room for Gilbert to improve. I feel Gilbert can improve more than Medic can. Because Medic, I feel, is kind of like, when he started, he looked good, very good, and then he just declined. You know what I mean? And I just feel with Gilbert, there's more room. I'm going to go Gilbert. I'm going to go Gilbert by submission in the 2nd round, guys, but I'm not confident in this fight at all. This is 0, because, of course, Medic could come in here and catch Gilbert and knock him out, possibly with an uppercut. You know what I mean? It's very, very possible, dude. Because Gilbert can get caught too and knocked out in the fight. So, it's a fight where 0 confidence and Medic can win, but I just feel Gilbert, you know, has more ways of finishing the fight. I'm going to go Gilbert by submission, 2nd round, 50-50, guys. Alright? Flying through this here real quick here, guys. Next fight here, we got, Joselyne Edwards versus Priscilla Correiro. Edwards has been improving, man, a lot. Her striking has been getting better. Her physique, her whole frame, body frame. Striking looking great. Her ground game, takedown defense. You know, even getting the fights to the ground. Her wrestling looking good. She can finish you by striking or by submission. She's looking, you know, more well-rounded. And has been improving a lot more, you know, a lot more room for her to grow. With Priscilla does the same thing. Very one-dimensional. You can take her down. She comes in there, let her hands go, bite down, chin is high, come forward, very aggressive, kind of zombie-like, robot kind of stiff. You know, chin is high up, can catch her with shots, can also knock her down. I don't know if she ever. I believe, yeah, she has been submitted from what I remember. I don't know if she's been finished by strikes though, but she has been submitted though. She has been submitted. Let's see here. Yeah, let me see. Real quick here, guys. Hello. She's been submitted like 4 times, dude. So still, she has a puncher's chance. She's gonna always have a puncher's chance, dude, because that's what she does. She ate by a knuckle. She's gonna always have a puncher's chance. I just feel Joselyne's just more well-rounded. I'm gonna go with Joselyne. I'm gonna say Joselyne by decision, but it's 50-50 because it's a woman fight, and of course she can come in here and just go wild and just let her hands go and just catch Edward, but Edward's never been finished. So I feel Edward's just more well-rounded, dude, and she can take the fight down. She can prolong this fight and take. You know, and take Coherro into deep waters where Coherro usually gasses out later rounds. So that's why I have decision. So decision for Edwards. All right. Next fighter, we got Elijah Smith versus Tashomi Kazama. Smith, man, Smith been looking good, man. He has improved a lot in the mental. You know, we know way back we look at a fighter back with the fight that you lost. You know, he kind of broke under pressure. We thought that Aaron Tai could have done that. We thought Vincent Morales could have done it, but he has improved that. You know, very athletic kid, has a wrestling base in him. He can gas out in the later rounds, but he's also improved on that. So, you know, the kid been looking good, man. You know, so I'm good to him. Right, against Kazama. Kazama will hunt for the takedowns. He will grind, wrestle in the beginning of the first round. Striking not that great. Will scramble, but he will look for submission, but mostly from off his back. You know, so he look for the triangle choke. You know what I mean? But he fades later rounds, like in the second, and can get knocked out, man. And this is a fight where Smith is just so athletic, dude. This is actually a fight that Smith is supposed to win, man. This is a lower fight for Smith. I feel Vince Morales was like a test, was more of a test. But this guy here, you know, against Kazama, I feel Smith should just get a first round finish with this fight, man. I mean, he's more athletic, moves well, he has a wrestling base, you know, his takedown defense is good. I mean, unless he plays around in Kazama's guard, which he shouldn't, because he doesn't have to do that, because he has the striking and the movement and he has the defense, takedown defense. So I'll go Smith. I say Smith by KO TQ in that first round, guys. All right, let's go flying through these real quick here. Next fighter, we got Juice Box, Julius Walker here, my boy. Julius Walker versus Rafael. Rafael Cercaro. Juice Boxer looked good against Alonzo Menfield, man. You know, went toe-to-toe, fight went to a split decision. That's good for him, you know, to go split decision against a veteran like Alonzo Menfield, and he looked good. You know, he was durable in the fight, back-to-back. Took a lot of shots in that, but you can tell that he's still kind of green in a kind of way like his defense. But he has room to sharpen that up. His opponent, Rafael, though. Rafael, I don't know. I mean, Rafael is supposed to be like, you know, like a aggressive striker, finishes, knock you out, you know. But he hasn't really been showing that. He's just been showing to be on the back foot, you know, doesn't handle pressure too well once you pressure him. And he's not durable. Got finished pretty much the same way, back to back. Now, this could be a fight where it tricks you, and Rafael comes in here and get a win over Julius Walker. So you got to be careful with this one, man. You know, I'm going to go with Julius Walker here by KOTK in the first, but I'm not confident because this could be one of them fights where, like I said, Walker is hittable, and Rafael could probably redeem himself here with a finish. Because Rafael has finishes back in the days here, like, you know, he was in other organization, but as other organizations, he was getting these wins, and, you know, I don't know, the competition, you know, that he's fighting the UFC is different caliber, and Julius Walker may not be on that caliber, but he looked good against Menfield, though. You know what I'm saying? I would say Alonzo Menfield should be the one more than to knock out Julius Walker than Rafael should, but again, the game is crazy, man. But I'm going to go Walker, KO TQ, first round, zero confidence, because, like, again, Walker, I feel is lacking experience, dude. So, you know, he's still kind of green and he's still hittable, so be very careful with that one. All right, that one could be a fight where Rafael wins. Yep. Next fight here, guys. We have Eric Anders versus CLD, my boy. Eric Anders, your boy. CLD, your boy. So Eric Anders here, he's still got it, man. He's still in the game. You know, he will put that pressure on you. He's a veteran. You know, he will melt you though. He will push a high pace. Not the quicker fighter in this fight. You know, he's going to be a slower fighter, and he's looking a little bit slower from what I've been seeing. But he will make it a dirty fight though, and that's the thing. Against CLD, sometimes CLD, when you pressure, CLD don't do too well. CLD got the 4-inch reach, very explosive, very athletic guy, moves well, will pick his shots, you know. But again, under pressure, he doesn't do too well. Can your boy Anders, you know, pressure him and melt him down? It's a strong possibility, dude. But I feel CLD should be able to move around and pick his shots there, because Anders is going to be the slower fighter, and just the footwork of CLD, he should win this fight. Smaller cage though, so your boy Anders could melt him down, man. So this one here, I'm not sure with this one at all, guys. This is zero confidence in this one. I'm gonna go with CLD, but zero confidence, because Anders could melt him down, bro. Just by experience. Anders got the more experience, put that pressure on him. And he's going to be the slower person, but Anders is a little more hittable, you know. But and then a guy like CLD, quick, fast twitch muscles, you know, and CLD is durable, you know, and that explosive. But like I say, he's lacking experience. Doesn't have the experience what Anders have, and Anders could melt him down, man. Just bring him in deep water. But I'm gonna go CLD, man. I said CLD by decision, but zero confidence in that one, guys. Zero. Next fight here. We got Miles John versus Gene Matsumoto. Miles John here, man. He would look to wrestle, grind, striking. You know, can get wild at time. But he's hittable, especially with the striking. You know, can get taken down, would also slow down in the middle of the rounds. Second, third round, you start to slow down. Gene, on the other hand, Gene is a pretty good prospect, man. Had a tough fight there against Font. But he showed the durability. He showed that, you know, he can hang with the veterans, and Font ain't no joke. You know, Font was pretty much outboxing him. But that's a good loss for him, because he learned from that. And this kid here has room to grow, right? It was a short notice also for Gene, 2 weeks. So, you know, he's not no really loss. Like I said, you know, you always learn from experience. So there's no losers or winners here, and Gene will actually learn from this. I like Gene more in this fight than I do with Miles. I feel like there's more room for Gene to grow. I must say Gene by decision, guys. All right, let's go. Flying through these, man. Flying through these, guys, but accurately. Next fight here, we have Andre Fili versus C-Rod. CLD, C-Rod. Let's get it, man. Andre Fili. Let's go, man. Andre Fili, man, is a next veteran guy here, experience. But he'll drop the ball, man. Guy is skilled though, but he'll drop the ball. Right? Not durable at all. 4-inch of height, 3-inch of reach, but you can catch him and hurt him on the foot, knock him out, and submit him, man. He is not durable. He will gas out and can be hittable, and that's just what it is. Right? Against C-Rod looks great against the prospects, beat every prospect, but when he fighting these veterans, he tends to lose. Especially guys that are like 20, like the 20, 22 guys, 29, like Julian Rosas, the Marcus Costas. He losing to those guys, but the prospects that are 6-0, 9-0, so he's just blowing through them easily. But I don't know, man. This could be one of those fights too, because Fili is 24-12, so we can look at it like that. Will he lose to Fili? Fili been on a Fili been in a lose one, win one, lose one, win one, lose one. We can't really look at it like that though. But it's been a lose, win, lose, win, lose, win. And he could win. So this is a fight here that I'm not confident in, but Fili is just not freaking durable, dude. He's not durable. You can take him down, and you can submit him, and you can just pick up rounds off of him. You know what I mean? And C-Rod can do that, but again, C-Rod just been losing against his veterans, guys, and he win against prospects. So I have to go with. I'm gonna go with C-Rod here. I'm gonna take a chance, but this is a fight that it looks like Fili possibly could win, guys. Just to be honest, but it's difficult to pick Fili. It's just not durable, dude. So I'm gonna go C-Rod by decision, but zero confidence, and Fili could win. I'm just letting you guys know, man. And that's pretty much it. I'm just a little bit picking C-Rod, just a little bit, and it's because Filet you can get rounds on him. You can put him against the cage, hold him against the cage. You can take him down. You can hit him with a punch and he falls down. You can submit him. You know what I'm saying? I believe he got knocked out 4 times. He got submitted 3 times. He's just not durable. All right. So C-Rod by decision. Next fighter we got is Men Machado versus Angela Hill. Or Lasmin Machado, sorry. Lasmin Machado versus Angela Hill. Machado here. Machado, I feel is still learning. And I feel like she still needs a little bit more work. And against higher caliber fighters, she doesn't do as well. And I noticed that, you know, some fights, you know, like Marina Rodriguez, KK, you know, she can get a win here and there. Because these are women that pretty much have retired, especially in Marina Rodriguez. I'm not sure if KK retired yet, but Marina Rodriguez has retired, you know. But she can pick up little wins there. But against Hill is still on the flow, man. You know, Hill is still looking good. And she's still learning, and she's still getting better. Her wrestling, her takedowns have been getting better. Her defense, her striking, her timing, her speed is like everything is still there, even at the age of 40. Like I said, age and number all depends on how you take care of yourself, right? A girl like Lasmin, though, I feel Lasmin, you know, age and number, but she still shows a little bit of greenness in there, and it just she does a lot of things, you know, like make a lot of mistakes that I feel that Hill can capitalize on. So I'm pushed towards Hill here, guys, but it's a fight where I'm not confident in it either because, like I said, Hill looks good now, but she could come in here and then just doesn't look the same. It just happens like that, just right out the blue, man. He just looks good the last fight. He looked like speedy fast, and then her next fight, she getting a hit, slows down, not as quick as she used to be. It happens. It's just like a drop of a hat, man. So, and then Lasmin could have improved because Lasmin gonna have more room to improve than I feel Hill will. But I don't know, man. Just from what I see from Lasmin in her fights, she make a lot of mistakes, a lot of holes. Against a veteran like Hill, I feel Hill can probably scrape with a split decision, guys. Not confident, 50-50. Like I said, with women fights, I'm not confident in that. Flying through these guys. Next fighter, we got Steve Erceg, co-main event versus Odi Osborne. It's a pretty good matchup here. Steve Erceg, man, well-rounded kid, skilled, lost 3 in a row, but you know that's people that he lose to are guys that were champion or were fighting for the belt, just like he was. Brandon Morono, Kaya France, and Alexandra Pantoja, which he fought for the belt against Alexandra Pantoja, right? So I mean, that's not a bad loss for him. You know, got knocked out by Kaya France, which wasn't a good look there. You know, but Odi Osborne here, Odi Osborne is skilled, man. And if he comes in, man, Odi Osborne is a sniper. You know what I mean? And fast, quick, fast twitch muscle, quicker guy than Steve. So Odi Osborne has a puncher's chance here, dude, to finish up his opponent by a counter, by strikes. So you can't really sleep on Odi Osborne here. But he's going to have a 5-inch reach, which is massive. But the thing about Odi, it all depends on who he's matching up with. Again, Steve has the experience, man, and then shown it and fought tougher competition and win some and went decision. You know what I mean? So I feel Steve should be can win this fight, but it's still a puncher's chance by Odi, dude. Odi can catch him, dude. Believe me, he's quick, fast, twitch muscles, and he looked good in his last fight against Louis Gurro. You know, which a lot of people had Louis winning that fight, including myself. You know what I mean? But like I said, Odi could win this fight, but I'm going to push towards Steve. I'm going to say Steve by submission in the second round, but I'm not confident because Odi could catch him with a shot, dude. Believe me, I tell you that. All right? And it looks like Steve is kind of hittable, man, from what we've been seeing. He is hittable, especially straight up the pocket. And Odi has that reach, can come right up the pocket and catch him. So and he's quick to do it, fast twitch muscles, in and out, blitz. But as I said, Steve by submission in the second round, just based off of more IQ and experience, man. All right. Main fighter, we got Ramon Delance versus Anthony Hernandez. Ramon Delance here, heavy-handed. You know, he will look to take your head off, will look to knock you out. He will also look for the submission. You know, can get wild at times, brawl a lot, and he will gas out. It's a 5-round fight here. His opponent, Anthony Hernandez. Anthony Hernandez will freaking melt you, guy. This guy will melt you. This guy grinds, scrambles well. You know, he will break your card. He will break you mentally and cardio, just destroy you. He would take you deep water, drown you. I mean, this guy put high pressure, high pace on you, stays on you, right? He covers the distance quickly, go for double, single legs, take you down. Striking, not really the best, but it makes it work for him. But it's just the pressure of the guy, man, and his conditioning and his endurance, 5-round fight, and his durability. You know, Roman could catch him and knock him out. Like I said, Roman has heavy hands, but I have to go with Anthony Hernandez here, guys, just for the freaking relentless pressure, 5-round fight, and Roman will gas out. Roman has a ground game too, so you can't sleep on Roman ground game because he will submit you also, I believe. He has maybe like 1 or 2 by submission. I mean, I could be wrong about that. But I'm going to go with Anthony Fluffy Hernandez, man. I'm going to say Fluffy by decision, guys. I don't think... I think Roman has been finished, right? Finished one time, I believe. Or he hasn't been finished. I don't think he has been finished. I think that's why I went by decision, by Fluffy. Let's take a look here. Yeah, that's the reason why I went by decision. But anything is possible. Anything can happen at any time, guys. You know, because he hasn't been finished, there was a first time for everything to happen. You know, I mean, it just never happened to him in those other times. But you know, on that particular day, it could happen. So I'm gonna go Fluffy by this decision. I'm not confident. Quick look at the odds here, guys. See what we're working with. Crazy odds. Just check these crazy odds out, guys. I'm just going through these real fast here, guys. I got a lot of things working on. Family and all these things, but you know, keep consistent, man. Even if you have a lot of things going on, keep putting in the work, man. No excuses. Let's get it done. Ha, let's go. That's what we're doing it, guys. Cody Brundage 164, 170. Nope, because Cody Brundage will drop the ball. Even though Eric, I feel Eric. You know, like I said, it's all love at the end of the day, but I'm just doing this off of what I see from breakdowns, watching fights, and from off of stats, and just checking out the fighters and everything. I don't feel Eric really belongs in there, but at least in the UFC, but he probably, or he potentially could, you know, get a lot better and then come back or something like that. But I just feel that, you know, Cody at 164, yeah, I could see it, but I would say Cody more like 130, you know, because Eric could come in here and then surprise you. He could come in and surprise you. But I say Cody more like 130 something, maybe close to even. But I'll still be careful. Gabriella at 450, oh hell no, because Juice Aranka could get a submission on her. Like I said, women fights at 400 and something, bro. No, man, especially low level fights or low. And I'm saying that Gabriella is a lower level, but she's still upcoming, right? I'll be careful with this one, man. Gilbert plus 290 against Erceg. Hell no, dude. Are you freaking Erceg is Medic is 360? No way, dude. Come on, man. Come on, guys. No way, dude. To me, this is an even fight because what I said about Medic. He's hittable. You can take him down. You can submit him. You can beat him in his own game, dude. And Gilbert is not that bad. And Gilbert has room to grow. Hasn't fought since a year, I think, but he has room to grow, dude. And he's at plus 290. Are you out of your mind? I like Gilbert, but again, like I said, Medic could win. Joselyne Edwards 390 over Priscilla. Priscilla still has a puncher's chance, but I feel Edwards is a more well-rounded fighter here. Again, this is high for women fight. If it's not Tachenko or Cyborg or Nunes, you know, you just gotta be careful, dude. But I still like Edwards. Smith at 700, I really don't disagree with that. This is a fight for Smith to win, dude. Smith has everything to win this fight, even the ground game. Julius Walker, man, Juice Box at 700, disagree, man. Because even though you see Rafael got knocked out twice, okay, but he gets knocked out by more higher caliber guys, more experienced guys. I don't feel Julius Walker is actually that experienced, dude. To be no 700, dude. I mean, I like what I see from him, and he look good against Alonzo Menfield, but still, it could be one of those fights where Rafael come in here and catches him and just put him out. Because Julius is hittable. He just seems durable. But you never know, man. These cards could be very tricky, guys. So you see Walker at 700? Hell no. Hell no. All right? Get super careful with this one. When I look at this, I'm like, I'm not touching this. And you shouldn't touch it. I said dog or pass. Because Julius Walker's, I like what I see from him. I like what I see from Juice Box. But Rafael, you know, he seems to have it, but he's just not letting it go. And if he chooses to let it go that night, you know, it could possibly put out Walker, man. So be careful. CLD against Eric Anders, CLD 500? Nope. Because CLD has shown that he doesn't handle pressure too well. And Eric Anders is a veteran, he's crafty, and he's game. And Eric Anders will come in here and melt him. Believe me, if CLD keep backing up against the cage, back up against the cage, Eric Anders is going to hold him there. And double leg. And even if it doesn't get him down, Eric Anders is going to put him against the cage and pepper him up. Believe me, I tell you that. So CLD at 500, I wouldn't touch his either. I mean, the odds is ridiculous, dude. And Eric Anders is a super veteran, dude. He's a guy that will go in there and then upset. Be careful with this one, man. Gene, Matsumoto, Miles John, Gene at 200 or something. Miles John is still a skilled guy, but I just feel like what I see when Gene fought front, he went to a split. You know, it's a close fight. I like what I see from Gene on short notice, dude. I feel Gene should beat Miles, so I don't really say anything wrong with that, man. C-Rod against Philly, C-Rod at 200 and something. I'd be careful with this one for the fact that C-Rod doesn't do good against veterans, dude. He keeps showing that he loses against his veterans. The guys up there in the 30 wins, 20 wins. Guys are veterans, you know. He beat prospects, but he doesn't do good against veterans. You know, even say Andre Philly, like I said, doesn't. He's not durable, you know, and that's the only reason why, because he can get finished and hurt on the foot. He just will drop the ball. That's the only reason why I went for C-Rod, just a little bit, a little inch. I went for C-Rod. If Philly was a little more durable, I would go for Philly. But I don't like the odds in C-Rod here. It's way too high, dude. This fight is a more close to even fight because of the fact that he loses to veterans. Believe that. All right, let's go. Steve Erceg against Odi Osborne. Steve Erceg, yo, these odds are ridiculous, dude. Odi Osborne can sniper Steve, dude. He can sniper Steve, dude. He got the speed over Steve. Steve got the IQ, but Steve shows that he can get hit, though, and he can get knocked out. You know what I mean? But Odi will drop the ball. You can get him down, or you can submit him, and Steve has that ground game. I believe BJJ Black Belt, he has that to finish Odi. But he has to just, you know, just be aware of the punches, and most of the punches coming his way, straight up the pocket. You have to close the distance in Odi quick. Steve can wear down on Odi, but there's still a puncher's chance there, man. And for it to be Steve 500, I get it. You know, Steve, you know, fought some good guys. You know, top contender. He fought for the belt. So I mean, I get it. But Odi been looking good, man, especially from his last fight, and he has been improving in his ground game. He has improved in also his get-up game. So 500 or something, you gotta be careful. The odds is ridiculous. The odds on this card is ridiculous. Cause I can see a lot of freaking underdogs hitting on this one. You know what I mean? It's just ridiculous. I can see Eric Anders possibly getting a win. I can see Rafael getting a win. I can see Odi getting a win. It's just you gotta be careful with this one, dude. When the odds are like 700, 500 or something, you gotta be freaking careful. And it could be favorites winning, but which card we see where it's like all favorites coming in? Exactly. Okay, Hill underdog against Lusado. Nah, man. We see Hill has been pulling off wins, split decisions over these, you know, over these prospects. You know, like Lusado. You know, it's like she has room to improve, but she's not improving at that rate. You know, that we expect for her to improve at. You know, I mean, she pretty much keep doing the same thing, and I feel with what I see from Hill in the last fight, I feel she can get a split decision over her, or even a unanimous decision. So for Lusado being 185, 190, nah, man, this one is. I like Hill for the win, but again, like I said with Lusado, you know, she would come in here and then improve by miles, and we can see Hill on a decline. It just happens like that, you know. It happens quickly, man. You know, you come in there, you just don't look the same like you did the last fight. You're only as good as you were from the last fight, man. As I said, can't really go back to the past too much, but that's just what it is. You know, what are you going to do now? You know, what are you doing now? You know, like, how is your performance right now? You know, last week don't really matter no more because that's in the past. It's gone. Let's get it. All right? So I like Hill, but I'll be careful with this one. Like I said, man, the odds in these cards, this card is bananas, dude. This is probably bringing up memories of other cards that I've seen. It's just crazy odds, and pretty much a lot of the underdogs hit. Anthony Hernandez and Roman. Anthony Hernandez at 300 and something. I don't disagree, but by the look at the odds, by the look at the card and the odds is kind of crazy odds on these cards. But I feel Anthony Hernandez should win this fight. But at the same time, you still got to be careful because Ramon could catch him and hurt him, and Ramon does have a ground game. But I like what I see from Hernandez more, man. I just feel Hernandez has been proven, and his game has been getting better, and his striking has been getting better. And I feel Ramon just keep doing the same thing. You go in there and just swing real wild and brawl, and I feel Hernandez can put that pressure on him. So yeah, that's it right there, guys. This odds are on this card is crazy. I'll be very careful with it, man. I mean, it's a lot of fights here I would fade, and if you want to go underdog, yeah, I think you should. And I mean, I can see, like, I have Hill winning, which is underdog. Chance of Odie winning is still a coin flip, but people that I feel can win. The chance of Philly winning is still a coin flip because it's just the durability, but that don't mean they can't win. Eric Anders can win. Hill can win, which I have Hill winning. Rafael could win because Julius Walker is just not that experienced. I still see some look greenish from him. His chin high up in the air, hands down, and Rafael could possibly sniper him out. He's known as a striker, as a heavy striker. He just hasn't shown it, and maybe he may not. It maybe could be his third knockout in a row by a first round finish. Let me see who else. Gilbert can win, which I have Gilbert winning over Medico's 360. This is probably one of the worst ones. Medic at 360. Hell no. This is bananas, dude. This one is bananas. And that's pretty much it. I feel Cody should win. I feel Gabriella should win. The ones I feel Gilbert as an underdog. I can see Rafael coming as underdog. I could see Eric Anders, and I can see Hill. And there's other ones too, but it's just not as certain as the ones I mentioned. So play at your own risk. There's nothing guaranteed here, guys, and that's just how it goes, man. Let love guide you, never hate. Let's keep flowing, guys, like water. Let's get it. Check out Wayne Gitchy. The link will be down below. Check out the Patreon account. I will leave up in there my face-off predictions, which is going to be very important for this card based off what I've seen from the odds here, And yeah, that's how we're rolling there, guys. One love.